Last night, the Matsu Miners dropped their second consecutive heart-wrenching decision to the Pilots. After trailing 1-0 for most of the night, the Miners got the clutch breakthrough hit that they were waiting for. Tyler Wolff hit a double to left field that scored Matt Diorio and sent the game to extras. It didn't take long for the Pilots to strike as Kyle Watson hit a slow chopper towards third. Despite Niles Nygaard's best efforts to get the ball home, the runner was safe, thus plating the run they needed to win. Now the Miners look towards tonight, trying to salvage a win on their three-game homestand before spending the weekend in Anchorage against the Glacier Pilots. Welcome on out to Herman Brothers Field here in the ever-beautiful Palmer, Alaska. You are listening to the Napa Auto Parts pregame show right here on your home for each and every Miners game all season long. I'm Kevin Peel alongside my broadcast partner, Kyle Howard. Tonight we have an interdivision matchup for you as the 4-3 Peninsula Oilers take on the 5-2 3-2 Matsu Miners. Kyle, it's been a rough past two nights for the Miners against their division opponent, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Do you think seeing a new team before heading on the road to play the pesky Pilots all weekend helps the Miners in any way?
I think if anything else, just it's a psychological issue. I think maybe just seeing them getting a night off from playing the Pilots. They had two rough games go not their way. Again, they came back to tie that one late with 2 outs in the ninth inning. A nice clutch hit by Tyler Wolff, but unfortunately couldn't pull away in that one. And then again had a couple runners on in the ninth inning the night before and lost that game by 1 run as well. So maybe just clear your mind a little bit, play the Oilers tonight, and maybe that'll just be a good sign for them going tomorrow. They can clear their minds and have a good idea of what the Oilers bring to the table when they go to play the Oilers for four games and 3 nights, and then also come back and to play them at home on Monday.
The Peninsula Oilers come into this contest in first place in the American League division of the Alaska Baseball League. They featured two hitters especially that the Miners need to look out for tonight. Jimmy Galuski and Jordan Washam are the middle infielders for the Oilers, and they have been hitting the ball well. They've started every game, and both are averaging over 318, with both being able to steal a couple bags on the season. How do the Miners go about keeping these two off the base paths?
I think it goes without being said, the errors have to be cut down. The throwing errors, just to set their feet and make the throws properly. That's been one thing that's killed this team and unearned runs so far this year, just by skipping past the first baseman. That's happened on a number of occasions this year, and that's allowed base runners to get on base and come around to score. And if they can minimize the errors, I think they'll be okay tonight. This is a good hitting Oilers team, but it's also a good pitching team the Matsu Miners have. They pitched outstanding, and again tonight it'll be Calvin LeBrun on the hill, and he's arguably been the best pitcher they've had, and it was at least the first go-around for him. Pitched 7 innings and allowed no runs his first time up, so certainly a guy you want on the hill tonight against a team that can hit like the Oilers can.
Getting the ball for the second time this season on the hill for the Miners is Calvin LeBrun. In a season so far in which the starting pitching has been astounding, LeBrun pitched what was the best outing of them all last Friday against the Chinooks. LeBrun went 7 innings, giving up just 4 hits, no runs, striking out 7, and most important of all, getting the win. What does LeBrun need to do tonight to piggyback off that performance and have another great start for the Miners?
He's just to go out there and pitch his game, really. Don't just do exactly what he did last time, really. He could have honestly probably gone 8 or 9 innings in that one, but it was pulled early because it was so early in the season. And manager Ben Taylor wanted to preserve him throughout the year. I expect the same results for him tonight. He's just a workhorse. Struck out a lot of batters in that outing as well. He made seemingly every pitch he wanted to make tonight against the Chinooks, and I expect the same thing tonight. I don't expect him to go out and try to imitate anybody else. He had, as you said, one probably arguably the best performance of anyone on this pitching staff last week, and I'm sure he expects to do the same thing tonight.
It's almost time for baseball here at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer. Still to come, we will have the starting batting orders and defensive alignments. But coming up next, my sit-down with Miners outfielder and pitcher Brick Paskowitz is our pregame profile for tonight's game. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Napa Auto Parts pregame show and Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. in the Napa Auto Parts pregame show. This is your pregame profile. I'm joined with Brick Paskowitz. Brick, how are we doing today?
Great, man. Just another day at the ballpark, and I'm enjoying myself here in Alaska.
Very good. And have you had any very special experiences yet here?
First day I saw a red fox in Pete and Denise's backyard, and saw a couple moose drive into Anchorage, and that's all the wildlife I've seen. And I'm looking to do some fishing, and just kind of seeing the state.
Dan, you have a scheduled fishing trip coming up?
Yeah, I'm going with one of the host families, the Texas A&M host family guys, are taking us out halibut fishing, hopefully on our next day off. So looking forward to that.
Very well. And at least in your own performance last night, a big 3-hit game, how did you feel from that?
I felt good. I didn't hit any balls really hard. They kind of found the hole, and I was just trying to get on base for the guys behind me, the 3-4 guys, hoping they can drive me in. I was on base a few times, but we were just one big hit away from busting the game open and taking the W. So one hit away, and we could have been in that game, I think.
And it was a couple tough losses for you, but still, the good thing is that you guys are 5-2, and you're really keeping a positive.
Yeah, both games we lost, like I said, they were one-run games, and they could have gone either way. So the more close games we play, I think the more we'll be on the plus side of that, on the winning side of it. So those games are good for us. I think there's going to be a lot of close games over the summer. So I think we're going to pull it all together and start winning them one-run ball games.
And I think we saw the one unfortunate thing about yesterday, just hitting it right at him, unfortunately. And that's something that happens with tons of teams that baseball, just not hitting them at the right time.
Yeah, our BT, that's what he was talking about in the clubhouse. After the game, said, I'm really proud of you guys. You guys worked your ass off. But they just couldn't quite find the holes. We were hitting it right at guys, but they'll eventually start finding the holes, and we'll get a couple of loop singles, and we'll start finding holes, and we'll start putting up a lot of runs.
All right, and you attend Paradise Valley Community College. What's your experience there? Your major? What are you looking to do?
I am in past my second year, so next year I'll be going to Grand Canyon University. The best thing about that is the coaches and the players I got to meet playing there. I was only there for 2 years, so the guys I played with for 2 years, I became really close with them and really good friends, and some of them I've played with for a very long time. So kind of just the people I got to meet, and some of the new sports I got to go watch. Some of the soccer games. We have a pretty good soccer team at Paradise Valley. They won the national championship a couple years ago. So just kind of experiencing the college atmosphere for the first couple of years is very exciting.
And got to have some comfort too with Sean Winston being your coach and coming up here and having him as coach.
Yeah, it's definitely nice coming in and definitely knowing his coaching style, because I kind of know the way he likes the game to be ran, so I can kind of follow his lead on that. And also DT and Matt are also Arizona Junior College coaches, so I kind of was a little bit familiar with those guys also coming in. So I felt very comfortable coming into an atmosphere like this, and Pete and Denise made it very warm for us to come here and just like home. So I love it.
All right, and looking at what you like to listen to, favorite music.
I'm a country guy. I like to listen to country. I like George Strait, Alabama, Keith Urban, just kind of those guys. I'm more of a southern country, kind of older school. So that's kind of what I grew up listening to, and my dad always listened to classic rock, so I kind of fit into that too. I'm not a big rap guy or anything like that, so I like to listen to country.
Very good. Rick, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
This has been your pregame profile right here on the Napa Auto Parts pregame show. Stay tuned.
Bad news is we had technical difficulties.
Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball right here on the Miners Radio Network. Almost set for baseball, as we'll get you your home plate and base umpire for tonight. Jim Leiser is going to be behind home plate for the second consecutive night, and also Jim Shulock will be on the bases tonight. And Kyle, you and I both saw a bit of an interesting exchange. Of course, not maybe the prettiest scene last night between Ben Taylor, very frustrated at one of the calls that Mr. Leiser made and was ultimately tossed in the eighth inning of that game. But it was good to see Ben Taylor and Jim Leiser essentially shaking hands and making up for it tonight.
We see them on the field joking around, so it's good to see that kind of washed away as we change days now. Certainly something to keep an eye on, though, as I believe contact was also made, so we don't know if there will be a suspension in order later on. Again, that's against rules of the league, so hopefully for his sake he avoids a suspension. We'll have to see how that plays out going forward. But a heated exchange yesterday in the eighth inning as Brigham Hill was on the hill and was called for a balk. And that would end up almost costing a run, but he was able to get out of the jam. And again, Brigham Hill pitched very solid last night, but was able to get out of the jam there. Ended up taking a loss so late in the game as a run came in to score in the 10th inning, but certainly didn't deserve a loss. Pitched very well at a relief last night.
All right, now time for your starting lineups. We'll get you the defensive lineman for the Matsu Miners. Starting left, it will be Vance Vizcaino. In center will be Alex Caruso. And right, Chris Hall. At third base will be Niles Nygaard. Tyler Wolf will be playing short. Caleb Wood will be at second tonight. Jack Zellner will be over at first. And the battery of Calvin LeBrun and Matt Diorio. The lineup for the visiting Peninsula Oilers, coming in at 4-3 on the season. Batting first and playing short will be Jordan Washam. Batting second and playing third will be Ted Beck. Playing left and batting third will be Brian Roon. Batting fourth and playing in right field will be James Folks. Batting fifth and playing first base will be Bennett Oliver. Batting sixth and DHing will be Brent Diaz. Batting seventh and catching will be Blake Wilfong. Batting eighth and playing second base, Jimmy Galuski. And batting ninth and playing in center field will be Billy Wilson. And so, as Washam comes to the plate, Calvin LeBrun, the starter once again tonight for the Miners, coming in off that impressive seven-inning performance last Friday night here in Palmer against the visiting Shugiak Eagle River Chinooks that night, pitching 7 impressive innings. And this is a bunt by Washam, laid down. Nygaard playing up and is able to make the play as Nygaard went charging down the line and quickly they retire Jordan Washam. That was the guy we mentioned in the pregame show, coming in as one of the two that's averaging over 318. He came in averaging 370 in 27 at-bats so far this year, so he has been really nailing the baseball.
And a tough break for him. He's trying to get bunt to get a board and increase that average, but a nice play made by Nygaard at third base.
So the batter will be Beck, missing low for a ball as LeBron 1-0.
Boki awaiting the pitch here.
1-0 pitch. And this one is lined hard into right field. Still going back is Chris Hall. It's going to bounce off the wall. And are they going to call it fair or foul? It will be foul
And just by about a hair there as well. It was hit very well and just barely foul. He was rounding second base.
That one did not miss the foul pole by much out there in right field, but fortunately for the Miners, that one was foul. So Ted Boeke will step back in a 1-1 count against the lefty LeBrun. Taking a long look in is Calvin. 1-1 pitch is up high for a ball, 2-1. Calvin LeBrun, 5'10", 160 pounds, out of Phoenix, Arizona. Just finished up his freshman year at the University of Gonzaga in Spokane, Washington. 2-1 pitch, up high, a fastball from LeBrun. 3-1 is Boeke now way ahead in the count. First time the Miners have seen the Oilers. One of 5 matchups that these two teams will face each other on the year. And missing outside to Boeke, that's a walk from LeBrun and an early base runner now for the Oilers.
See, third or fourth time make that the Boeke's reached base via walk this year. He's worked a lot of pitches. Second on the team in that category. Right behind him, or right in front of him, is Bennett Oliver, who will later bat in the inning. He's walked 7 times already.
Strike on the outside corner from Lizer, says home plate umpire Lizer. Fastball from LeBrun, 0-1. Takes a long look towards Boeke. Boeke's taking off. This one line straight back and foul. 0-2 the count. 6 stolen bases for Boeke. We talk about how Washam and Galuski have been able to reach on other bases via the stolen base. 5 combined between the two of them, but Boeke has more than they do combined with 6.
Quite some wheels over there at first base.
0-2. And rung him up. That looked like a changeup from LeBrun. Strikes him out. Now 2 down in the inning. Now we'll leave it up to James Folks.
Nice pitch there by Calvin LeBrun to nip him at the knees. A good bounce back after walking Boeke just a second ago.
Folks coming in, making his 8th start. He's played in every game for the Oilers so far. Batting just 190, though. And a struggle for him. Love to get that average up here. He's out of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. First pitch from LeBrun is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Attends South Carolina Upstate University. He was a junior there. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. His favorite food, green bean casserole.
It's a good one.
Very good, especially as a side dish.
Top of my list, too. It's up there pretty good.
0-1. Fastball for a strike at the knees. 0-2 from LeBrun. Another hot evening here as temperatures are over 80 degrees once again for baseball. 3rd consecutive day here in Palmer. Boeke taking off, but Folks will take strike 3 there on the outside corner. Has a couple words, but not many for the home plate umpire, Jim Lizers. That will retire the side. So a walk given up by LeBrun, but nothing comes of it. We head to the bottom of the 1st with no score at Herman Brothers Field on your home for Miners baseball. As Connor Dotson is making his warm-up tosses, we'll get the starting batting order for the Miners coming up in a scoreless game so far. The Miners will have a couple changes, but a pretty similar lineup to the way that they've been having them throughout the past few games. This guys starting to get into their roles here on the team. So batting first and playing center will be Alex Caruso. In right and batting second will be Chris Hall. In third and playing left will be Vance Vizcaino. Batting fourth and catching will be Matt Diorio. Batting fifth and playing first will be Jack Zellner. Batting sixth and playing third will be Niles Nygaard. Batting seventh and playing short will be Tyler Wolf. Jed Fagg will DH and bat eighth. And Caleb Wood will bat ninth, and play second. As Caruso comes to the plate, we'll get the defensive alignment as we go on for the Oilers.
Caruso, a nice 368 clip to start the year, driven in 5 runs as well.
And Connor Dotson ready. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0. Dotson, 6'4", 190-pounder, just finished up his freshman year at the West Virginia University from Flower Mound, Texas. Takes the ball to Caruso, 2-0. Again, another start. He won his first start against the Gold Panners. Pitch had an amazing outing in that one. Swing and a miss by Caruso, 2-1. The Oilers' defensive alignment tonight in left will be Brian Roon. In center, Billy Wilson. In right, James Folks. At third, it will be Ted Beck, Boyke. Jordan Washam will be at short as that's a base hit by Alex Caruso. And the Miners get their first runner on. Caruso takes a big turn at towards second base, but it'll head back to the first base bag. And Miners get their first hit of the game with the first batter of the game. Good start in the bottom of the first for them.
Nice piece of hitting there by Caruso. And you talk about making a big turn. He was halfway to second base. He thought about going 2 in that one. The ball was hit a line there, but slow getting to it was a center fielder, Wilson.
So finishing up the defensive alignment for the Oilers, Jordan Washam will be at short. Jimmy Galuski will be at second. Bennett Oliver at first. Battery of Connor Dotson and Blake Wilfong. This one back up the middle. Dotson fields it, throws on to first as they turn a 1-6-3 double play. As Hall tried to take the first pitch, grounded it right back to Dotson. Good strategy, liked the pitch, just couldn't get it past Dotson. He's able to make the play, and just like that, 2 gone here in the bottom of the first inning for Vance Vizcaino.
Despite the double play, you got to like the start for this team. 2 balls hit right up the middle to start the game means the Miners hitters are locked in.
Vizcaino takes a curveball low from Dotson. 1-0. Connor Dotson was part of the Big 12 Commissioner's Honor Roll. Strike at the knees and inside to Vizcaino, 1-1. One pitch, and this one grounded right back to Dotson. Be an easy play as they'll flip on to first, and that is that. After the base hit by Caruso, the Miners go quickly. We head to the second inning here at Herman Brothers Field, scoreless on the Miners Radio Network. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by human error? The Matsu Miners have joined the movement to spread the public's awareness to these dangerous natural disasters. Whatever your reason for lighting a fire is, always do so responsibly. For questions on burning in the Matsu area, or to learn how to acquire a burn permit, call 907-761-6338 today. or visit www.forestry.alaska.gov. Because as Smokey Bear would say, only you can prevent wildfires. Each team gets a base runner on, but strands them in the first as we head to the second. Calvin LeBrun back to the hill to face 5, 6, 7 in the order for the Oilers. Bennett Oliver, Brent Diaz, and Blake Wilfong. First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner from LeBrun. 0-1.
LeBron's been very good so far. This first 5 batters here hitting the knees on his strike, on his pitches there. The curveball that time.
0-1 pitch. That one missed away for a ball. 1-1 the count. Among some of LeBron's notable accolades was being a Phoenix Player of the Year, All-Arizona selection, and a high school state champion in 2012, as Oliver follows that out of play. 1-2. At Gonzaga, he appeared in 15 games, had 7 starts, holding a record of 2-5 with a 4.98 ERA and 47 innings pitched. Struck out 24. And most notably, one of his wins was against a College World Series participant, as that one misses outside for a ball. 2-2. The University of Arkansas was the team that Calvin LeBrun beat out of the SEC. And speaking of the SEC, that is a conference we will be watching as Oliver fouls that out of play. LSU and TCU both squaring off in the College World Series today. And 2 of the Miners players who have not arrived yet, Zach Plunkett and Connor Wanhanen, playing for TCU. 2-2 pitch, as this one's popped up. Heading out of play once again. 3 straight foul balls for Oliver. 2-2.
TCU leads in that game as the top of the ninth is ready to play. TCU leads 8-3 in that one, so it appears TCU may survive tonight.
And they're 1-1 coming into that contest in a double elimination setting. College World Series in Omaha. 2-2 pitch, and this one is fouled out of play. Still full 2-2 the count. Of course, 3 Miners who are already here directly faced TCU in the Super Regionals. Speaking of Kyle Simons, Brigham Hill, and Corbin Martin out of Texas A&M.
Be an interesting situation when they get here to see those guys just played against each other, and what a great series that was.
And that 16-inning game that TCU ultimately prevailed, as that one's fouled out of play again by Oliver. 2-2.
Got out bad by Oliver to start the inning.
But one thing we do know so far about the Super Regionals and College World Series is that Connor Wanhanen has been going off offensively, which is good news for the Miners. As this one grounded back up the middle to LeBron, easy play. And that will be flipped on to first for the out. 1 gone here in the inning.
Nice battle won by Calvin LeBrun there. Long at bat there, threw a lot of pitches, but able to get the ground ball right to him. So Bennett's retired.
1 gone in the inning. Now the batter will be Brent Diaz, the DH. And this one is popped foul straight back above us. 0-1. Most rewarding thing about this league for the players is the opportunity to get better with great coaching, and that's something that every player is able to benefit from. Loves the experience up here. Fouled out of play. 0-2, and it's even fun for us, Kyle, being the guys who just talk about the game, not even play it.
It's a lot of fun, and an outstanding opportunity we've had. They've treated us very well since we've been here. Very thankful to be up here.
LeBron, way ahead in the count, 0-2 on the DH Diaz. That one's low for a ball, 1-2. Going back to the wildfire situation for a moment. The Sockeye Fire up this way has been being contained at the moment, as that one comes in and check swing by Diaz. 1-2. But it's not only the Matsu Valley that has been experiencing issues with these wildfires. These Kenai Peninsula Oilers, very familiar with them as well, dealing with a couple down in their area. We're hoping for the best for all their residents as well, as that is a ball outside 2-2. And for the successful elimination of those fires. This one lined hard into left center field. Going back is Vizcaíno, and just a little bit to his left to make the catch. 2 gone in the inning, as Diaz gave that one a bit of a ride. But now 2 gone. I'll bring up Blake Wilfong.
That ball was hit a long way and hit very hard. It was on par with the 342 sign in left center field, but a nice play by Vizcaíno to track that one down.
Wilfong, the lefty matchup. And that's a breaking ball from LeBron just inside, 1-0. He had the day off in the game against the Bucks, did Wilfong. That one fouled out of play, 1-1. But he is off to a hot start, playing now in his 5th game with 3 hits and 10 at-bats. That's a .300 average. Hasn't put up any power numbers yet with the homers and the RBIs. Definitely something he's going to try and work on. 1-1. Just missed. Outside. 2-1 to Wilfong.
A great start for him, though. 3 hits and 10 at-bats and a run scored. Certainly helping this Oilers team off to a hot start.
2-1 pitch from LeBron is a fastball for a strike at the knees and a beauty to Wilfong. 2-2. LeBron had 13 pitches in that first inning. We'll have a pretty similar count in this inning as well, as long as he's able to get Wilfong here. 2-2, just missed. Some of the Miners are starting to walk off the field. That was a 2-seamer, tailed back, but it was just a tad bit low and run the count full, 3-2. Maybe hear the sigh by the crowd.
That's pitch number 20 in this inning already, though. He's thrown a bunch of pitches.
Full count. And this one's lined towards left. Vizcaíno on his horse into foul ground to make the catch. Didn't have to dive, but caught the ball around his knees in foul ground, as putting in the effort that time was Vizcaíno, and great effort it was. LeBron gets through that one, 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. No score between the Miners and the Oilers on the Miners Radio Network. The Miners spend their mornings lifting, running, and staying in shape by visiting the Alaska Club. Visit them in Anchorage, Eagle River, Fairbanks, Juneau, and the Matsu Valley. Visit www.thealaskaclub.com, a proud sponsor of the Matsu Miners. 4-5-6 due up after the 1-2-3 inning almost for Connor Dotson. He gave up a single, but on the next pitch was able to get the double play from Chris Hall.
Diorio, the first player to get an OTG shirt handed by manager Ben Taylor.
That ball missing up and away 1-0. And that phrase meaning on the grind, for those who haven't heard of it before, is a phrase that is dear to the coaching staff. Missing inside 2-0. And it's just really seeing an extra effort. All these players really putting in the time. We're seeing them in the cages trying to improve themselves and fielding, hitting, pitching, whatever it may be. But the criteria is outlined in Ben Taylor's and the coaching staff mind. And it's really just if you see something extra in someone. This one's grounded up the middle and a base hit for Matt DiOrio. Ball got past the center fielder, Billy Wilson, for just a half second or so, but he's able to recover. And DiOrio will have a single, another leadoff hit for the Miners. They stranded the first one as Hall grounded into the double play.
DiOrio starting off the year hot, came in hitting .333 to start the year, and now another base hit.
Modest lead now for DiOrio. Over at first as Jack Zellner will come to the plate, and he takes a rip at this one. Grounded past the first baseman. Headed to right field. That was Bennett Oliver diving after it. DiOrio will stay put right there at second. And 2 singles in a row for the Miners here to open up the bottom of the second. Has put on a potential threat as they'll bring Niles Nygaard to the plate.
A nice piece of hitting there by Zellner to punch it right past the first baseman, Bennett Oliver. Now to bring up Nygaard, who's had a good start to his year with the Miners as well. Just came here just 3 days ago. He's already made an impact. A couple hits in as many nights. One of those a double.
Last time the Miners got out to the first lead in the ball game was against Anchorage on Sunday. The Bucks love to do that tonight as they've fallen behind the past 2 nights against the Pilots. Inside fastball from Dotson, 1-0. And on Tuesday night, Pilots jumped out to the 1-0 lead. Miners had big 3-run inning to take the 3-1 lead, but then they were paced by, in part, the Johnny Loker 2-run homer in the 5th that won them that contest 4-3. That one low and away. Nice stop by Will Fong. So that ball almost got past him 2-0. And then last night, Pilots jumped ahead 1-0 in the top of the second. The Tyler Wolf RBI double in the bottom of the 9th tied it up at 1. But they were able to score in the 10th were the Pilots on the Kyle Watson fielder's choice play. 2-0 grounded foul by Nygaard, 2-1. As we mentioned, Connor Dotson out of Flower Mound, Texas, probably didn't figure that the university that he would ultimately choose, West Virginia University, would end up in the Big 12. It was just a few years ago. West Virginia made that transition to the Big 12, playing in the same conference as teams like Oklahoma and Texas. Steps off. But staying in ultimately in the Big 12 with West Virginia's move to the Big 12. He ultimately is staying in a conference near to home. This one lined towards right, going to be caught by James Folks. Throw to second to check DiOrio. He's back in easily. That one hit hard, just right at Folks in right field. Now 1 out. That was a big out for Dotson.
A nice piece of wood there by Nygaard. Nygaard hit it very solidly, just right at someone out there in right field. Folks makes a nice play out there. But still 2 runners on for the Miners, a chance to plate home a run.
Here was Mr. Clutch from last night, Tyler Wolf, stepping up, delivering the tying RBI double in the 9th inning. Dotson takes a look towards second, now comes to the hill. That's a curveball up high for a ball 1-0. That was a game where the Miners had a few chances, just weren't quite able to cash in, but you just knew they were on the verge of doing so, Kyle. And ultimately, Tyler Wolf knocked him home, Matt DiOrio, the guy standing at second base right now. This one's grounded towards third, but slowly. Can't make the play to second, so I'll have to flip on to first. And Wolf is retired, but the runners move up to second and third.
Designated hitter number 26, Jack Peg.
And now that will bring up Jed Fagg in a big RBI situation here, with runners on second and third. Fans cheering for Charge. It's another great turnout here in Palmer, as they've come out all year, even in the tough weather conditions at times. This one hit high in the air to short left center field. Coming on to make the catch is Billy Wilson, and that will do it. Connor Dotson gets 3 big outs in a row after the 2 singles to lead off the inning. We head to the third. No score between the Oilers and Miners. You're listening to Miners Baseball. Summer is the perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right here in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from Herman Brothers Field. Call 907-745-4653 for more information. And of course, as always, our broadcast sponsor, Napa Auto Parts, sponsoring the pregame, postgame show, and also the entire broadcast. And so that will bring up Galuski, the batter. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Oilers here in the third against Calvin LeBrun. Already up to 34 pitches. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. You don't usually see a 1-2-3 inning go 21 pitches, but in the case of LeBrun, that was the top of the second inning for him. Batters had good at-bats against him, but we're just not able to get on. This one line hard towards right field. It's going to get past Chris Hall, as Galuski is going to have a double. One of those guys mentioned in the pregame, just on the second pitch of the inning, lines one to deep right field over the head of Hall. It's going to be the first hit of the game for the Oilers, and they're in business now. Runner on second, nobody out here in the top of the third.
It's one of those 8 hitters you really can't look past. Put a good swing on that one, the first hit of the ball game for the Oilers, and a runner in scoring position with no outs now.
I'll bring up Billy Wilson, the center fielder. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Brun takes a look towards second. Now he deals, and this one grounded to second. Easy play for Wood. He'll flip on to first and get Wilson. But the runner moves up to third, so now the first run of the game is 90 feet away from home for the dangerous Jordan Washam, who tried to bunt for a base hit on the first pitch of the game, and Niles Nygaard was able to throw him out from third base. 0-for-1 is Washam, coming in at 370. First pitch from LeBrun, and that one's in the dirt for a ball. Nice stop by Matt Diorio. 0-1. Taking a look towards third is LeBrun. 1-0 pitch. This one's grounded to short. Runner stays at third for some reason. Wolf will throw on to first and get the out. Interesting play there. Thought for sure that Galuski would be coming home. He did not, as Wolf was playing straight up at short. Miners will take it, though. Now 2 down in the inning, and it's going to take a hit from Bokey to score the run.
Very interesting not to decide to go home with that. It was a tough play for Wolf to make the throw home. But the Miners are definitely thankful he didn't try to score on that one. It would have been a very close play at home plate. But nonetheless, an out.
With how slow the ball was hit and how deep Tyler Wolf had to play that one as a curveball comes across from LeBrun for a strike 0-1. I don't think he would have had a chance at the plate. He probably would have just had to go to first anyway to retire Washam. But in any case, Miners will take it. Still scoreless. Now 2 gone. 0-1. This one will get away from DiOrios. It was a fastball low. Into score is Galuski. And so while he wasn't able to get home on the ground out by Washam, he will come in to score on the wild pitch by Calvin LeBrun. And that will make it 1-0 Peninsula Oilers.
Cal LeBrun almost got through the inning, but unfortunately, Lowe wouldn't get away from here, and that's how the run scores for the Oilers now in the first run of the game for either team. It's 1-0 Oilers.
Ted Bokey out of La Crescenta, California. Tens Loyola Marymount. As that one missed outside, 2-1. He also considered several other schools, San Diego, Cal Poly Pomona, and the University of Kentucky, but decided to choose Loyola Marymount. Missing outside to Bokey is LeBrun, 3-1. But he chose LMU because of the strong athletic community, the amazing coaching staff, and the prestigious academics, as he is a poli-sci major. 3-1 pitch. On the corner at the knees for a strike. Full count, 3-2. First run across, though, of the game for the Oilers. On the wild pitch, Galuski was able to come in and score after his leadoff double in the inning. Full count pitch, swing and a miss. LeBrun got him with the fastball to retire the side. Oilers get one, and they take the lead here early in the third. 1-0 over the Miners. This is your home for Miners baseball. Connor Dotson back to the hill for the Oilers. Now with the lead, 1-0, as he will face 9-1-2 in the order. Caleb Wood, Alex Caruso, and Chris Hall. Wood coming in on the season. 1 hit for him, 1 RBI, has drawn a walk, 3 strikeouts. Takes the 1-0 pitch, 1-0. He's only had 1 hit in his first 10 at bats, but is definitely one of those guys that's due for a hit. Definitely has more than the capability to get on base many times at a 300 clip. 1-1 now on him as he takes a strike. This one grounded hard and foul, just past Ben Taylor. 1-2.
Caleb, a very good defender as well. Makes some dandy plays really against the Chinooks earlier this year. Bailed the Miners out of some jams.
1-2 pitch, and this one's lined on a grounder as it fell to the ground. fielded easily by Washam and throws over to first. First batter of the inning retired. Now,
First time in the game that the Miners have not had a leadoff base hit.
they stranded both runners, all three of them so far, after they were able to get leadoff base hits. One of those who got a hit was Alex Caruso to lead off the top of the first. Came into yesterday's game, the league leader in average. That one missed high and away, 1-0. Was able to reach once yesterday on a walk. 1-0. Outside and up. 2-0 from Dotson. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for the Oilers. 0 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Miners. This one's lined down the left field line. Is it going to stay fair? No, it will not. So we'll slice foul.
Would have been trouble if it had dropped in fair ground. Hit very softly down the other way down the left field line. And Caruso, with a lot of speed, could have potentially turned that into 3, depending on where it would have landed.
Two and one, the count on Caruso. That one's a strike on the inside corner. 2-2. And he's ready for the 2-2. This one lined hard over the shortstop, Washam's head, and into left center field for a base hit. Alex Caruso doing his part early on. Now 2 for 2. And that's the 4th hit of the game for the Miners. I'll bring up Chris Hall.
Nice at bat there by Caruso. Worked the count even, then loop one over the shortstop's head for a base hit. It's a second hit in as many at bats now. Good start for him tonight.
And that pitch in the dirt on the curveball from Dotson. Caruso has to hold it first. 1-0 the count on Chris Hall. Talk about that first start from Dotson on the season. He went 6 innings. Checking Caruso, and he is out. As Alex Caruso didn't know if he should slide or just step back into the base. Kind of hesitated, and that will get him. So Caruso picked off. And so Chris Hall now will have the bases empty for him with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. A pitch at the knees on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. We're talking about Dotson's performance. 6 scoreless innings, gave up just 4 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, and got the win. Taking the ball is Hall from Dotson, 2-1 against the Gold Panners of Fairbanks. 2-1 pitch. This one lined hard towards right, and it is going to drop for a base hit for Chris Hall, right in front of the right fielder, James Folks. So another base runner for the Miners. Now 5 hits, all of them singles, 2 outs, and now Vance Vizcaino will have a chance to drive him in.
It's unfortunate for the Miners, though, as Caruso picked off on a couple of pitches before that. Had that he not been picked off, it'd be first and second right now with only 1 man out.
But Chris Hall with a lot of speed. Vizcaino, if he can hit a gap here, could put him in a good position. That one grounded to short on a slow roller that just went past the mound. Over to make the quick throw was Washam to retire the side as he got Vizcaino by a half a step. And so we will head to the 4th. Kyle Howard will take over the play-by-play duties. 1-0 Oilers on your home for Miners baseball.
Brian Room will lead things off as the Oilers bat here in the top of the 4th inning. They played a run last inning. That's the only run of the ball game so far. 1-0, they lead it. Room struck out his first time up. And this one chopped on a check swing to Nygaard at third base. He fields in the grass and fires in time for the out. Nice play by Nygaard, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Calvin LeBrun. And for Calvin LeBrun, who's thrown a lot of pitches tonight, that's a good start to the inning. To just get 1 pitch to get 1 out to start the inning.
He had to get towards those 7 innings that he had in his first start, in which he was very effective. 78 pitches, and he's also effective today. Just a few more pitches this time, but already at 46.
Here's a ground ball between shortstop and third base, and then to left field for a base hit. So we give Folks a base hit, his first of the evening. He struck out his first time up, but now singles here in the 4th inning, and there's a runner on with 1 man out. So far, 2 pitches, 1 out, 1 base hit. That'll bring up Bennett Oliver. Oliver grounded out back to LeBrun back in the 1st inning. Like it's the 2nd inning. That was a long at bat as well. But LeBrun ended up winning that one. Folks over on first base. He'll throw back, and back safely is Folks. So now it'll be LeBrun, the lefty, against the lefty Folks. Now, make that the lefty Oliver, Folks on first base. Oliver stands in. As LeBrun looks back to runner at first, LeBrun comes set. And the delivery. There's a slider on the outside edge that catches the corner for a called strike. A nice pitch by Calvin LeBrun. He's ahead in the count, no balls and 1 strike.
3-pitch pitcher is LeBrun, the fastball, slider, changeup. That was a good off-speed pitch.
And the throw over to first base back safely is Folks. So 0-1 count now coming from LeBrun to Oliver. Bennett Oliver, the first baseman for this Oilers team. LeBrun comes set, lifts his leg and fires. Slider misses just outside for a ball to be a 1-1 count. Infield at double play depth. Outfield relatively straight away. Caruso shifting slightly toward the left center field gap. So far, it's been slider away that Calvin LeBrun's attacked with. And he'll fire over to first base and back safely as Folks. And now coming set with is LeBrun with the 1-1 pitch from the lefty. The 1-1, here it comes. Fouled back and out of play. So a 1-2 count now coming. Oliver behind the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. LeBrun trying to make quick work of him. Already just a few pitches on the inning, trying to get a double play ball to maybe end the inning here. LeBrun ready with the 1-2 pitch, looks back the runner first, he delivers. Swing and a miss, got him swinging on a slider outside. And Calvin LeBrun with another strikeout here, and there's 2 men out.
Yeah, that was a great changeup that time. Way out in front of it was Bennett Oliver. Not as good as his first battle with LeBrun. He had numerous, almost a 10-pitch at bat, and then grounded out back in the 2nd inning. That time, just 4 pitches. It took LeBrun to retire him on strikes.
So now the 2-out hitter will be Brent Diaz. He's a DH. First pitch, a fastball lower than he needs for a ball. Diaz, his first time up, flew out to left fielder Vizcaíno. That ball was hit well as on a line, but Vizcaíno made a nice play, turning and burning toward the left center field gap. Throw over, not in time, as Folks dives back safely. Diaz waiting on the 1-0 pitch now. As LeBrun comes set, looks back the runner, now he comes home. Fastball upstairs for a ball, it'll be 2-0 on him. Brent Diaz calls home Miami, Florida. He also attends Louisiana Tech, where he's a freshman there. Last year had a 14-game reach base streak. Certainly someone who can work the count. He's doing so right now on a 2-0 count. Here's a pitch. Flared into right field and holding up long enough and lunging forward out in right field is Chris Hall, and that's how the inning will end. So 1 hit, 1 left. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, it's 1-0 Oilers. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball as we approach the bottom of the 4th inning. And we'll go ahead and give you some pitch counts so far. And LeBron's really throwing quite a few pitches, but he's been successful. Allowed just that 1 run. He's thrown 54 pitches, though, so it's been a little bit of had been a struggle for a little while, but he's been able to work out of it and pitch pretty well. On the other end, a quick innings made so far by Dotson. He's only thrown 34 pitches through 3 innings so far and has allowed 5 hits but no runs. First batter will be Jack Zellner. Takes a strike at the knees. Diorio. Diorio singled and reached 3rd base his first time up. This one lined into left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. So Diorio, a perfect 2 for 2 to start the night.
Yeah, solid single there to left center field. Just took what he was given there from Dotson, took it the other way, and was able to get on base. And we've seen with Dotson in that game against the Goalpanners in which he pitched, he did walk 4 batters and gave up 4 hits, but meaning he surrendered base runners in that contest, but was really able to get out of it.
So now with the runner on first and nobody out, it'll be Jack Zellner up to the plate. Zellner also singled his first time up. Both Zellner and Diorio were left stranded back in the 2nd inning. Here's the first pitch to Zellner. Popped in the air and heading out of play behind the screen. If a foul ball or home run does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. So now the 0-1 pitch coming to Jack Zellner. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. So that'll be an 0-2 count now on Zellner. Zellner, a native of Gilbert, Arizona, where he also attends New Mexico. He's a college teammate of pitcher James Harrington. The 0-2 pitch is ground to the shortstop. Fielding in the hole is Jordan Washington. The flip on to second, 1 on to first. A 6-4-3 double play just like that. So another runner erased for the Miners. They have 6 hits, but nothing to show for it so far.
Yeah, great, very good at bat for the pitcher there. Connor Dotson had and a Zellner out of his comfort zone there. And the second pitch of the at bat, Zellner missing the changeup. He was out in front of it. Dotson started him with a fastball and changeup, was able to get the breaking ball that time to get him to ground into that double play.
First pitch fastball at the knees for a called strike to Niles Nygaard. Niles flew out to right field his last time up on a solidly hit ball. This one grounded to the third baseman. A nice diving stop by Ted Boki. The fire across the infield in time. A nice play and a bang-bang play by Ted Boki. And that retires Niles Nygaard. So we will head to the top of the fifth inning. Still 1-0. The Oilers lead it. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Calvin LeBrun set to take back over on the hill now. He has thrown 54 pitches and allowed just 1 run so far. But he has and just 2 hits on that. Had a lot of offensive run support by way of getting on base, but so far no runs to support him. Trails at 1-0. So he head to the top of the fifth now. First pitch lined up to the middle. Nice play in the hole between second and short by Caleb Wood. He fires in time for the out. And Blake Wolfong is retired. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Gave up the single to Folks back in the last inning. Now is retired 3 in a row. Has LeBron at 55 pitches. Those are the types of outs he's going to need to get if he wants to get towards that 7 innings of work that he was able to get. 78 pitches in 7 innings in that start against the Chinooks last Friday.
So now it'll be Jimmy Goluski. First pitch on the inside edge for a called strike. Goluski scored the only run of this game so far. He doubled and came around to score on a wild pitch. That was back in the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Oilers right now here as we stand at the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch from LeBron. Changeup just misses low. Check swing says no, says first base umpire Jim Shulock. So now the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Against a native of Arthurdale, West Virginia. He also attends West Virginia, does Goluski. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Goluski on the changeup. Nice pitch there by Calvin LeBron. A 1-2 count now coming. In 2014 was the Big Ten Conference Player of the Year was Goluski. This one lined in the shortstop, the ball will fall right in front of Tyler Wolf. Will fire quickly across the infield and get the out. So Goluski is retired after doubling his first time up. And now quickly 2 outs for Calvin LeBron.
That was an interesting ball, just a very soft liner that dropped innocently. Almost took an interesting hop there on Tyler Wolf, as we've seen with this infield can be tricky at times. Try and feel balls on. But great play by Tyler Wolf and got him by about a step and a half there at first base.
So now the batter is Billy Wilson, the center fielder, the number 9 hitter in the lineup tonight. He grounded out in a fielder's choice and moved both runners over. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider misses outside for a ball, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. In 53 games last year, 49 of those were starts. He batted .271 with 10 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, and 27 runs knocked in. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wilson studying psychology at Loyola Marymount. Here's a 2-1 pitch now to the lefty. Swing and a miss on the slider there. And now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes from LeBron. Outfield, infield straight away. Trying to get the out here to end the inning. 1-0 Oilers here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 men out. And a 2-2 count awaiting Wilson. The wind and the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Ground to the first base side. Fielding it and flipping on to first as the covering LeBron beats him by a half step. A close play at first base, but LeBron there in time. So a 1-2-3 inning turned in by Calvin LeBron. Something he much needed, having thrown a lot of pitches prior to that, so I'm sure he'll take it. Nice inning turned in by Calvin LeBron as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 1-0 Oilers on your Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back with Matsu Miners baseball as Tyler Wolf digs in. Grounded out to the second base side, his first time up. Fielder's choice. Fastball upstairs for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Tyler Wolf. Again, Wolf, the big one last night, the big hit that tied the game with 2 outs in the 9th inning. This team down by the same score of 1-0. Curveball taken way outside for a ball. 2 ball, no strike count. Here's the wind and the 2-0 count. Curveball catches the edge this time on the inside edge for a called strike this time. It'll be a 2 ball, 1 strike count now to Tyler Wolf. Here's a 2-1. Fastball misses outside. It'll be a 3-1 count now to Wolf. On deck, Jed Fag. Watson delivers now. Fastball catches the edge this time. It'll be an even 3. It'll be a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're at 7, 8, 9 in the batting order for the Miners right now, as we are in the top of the 5th inning, or bottom half of the 5th inning. Excuse me. Here's a pitch. Chop to the first base side. Charging on this one is the first baseman Oliver. He'll flip in time for the out to the pitcher covering in Dotson. Score that a 3 put out. 1 man out for the Miners here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jed Fag will be at the plate now, the DH tonight. Jed flew out to center field his first time up. Here's a wind, the delivery. Pitch taken at the knees for a called strike on the fastball. Now behind the count is Jed Fag, and no balls and 1 strike. Curveball misses way outside in this one. A 1-1 count now coming to Fag. Jed, also a native of Gilbert, Arizona. He slaps this one foul against the screen. Jed likes to fish and play the guitar in his free time. Not a ton of free time as a baseball player, though. And the curveball again misses way outside. It'll be an even 2 ball and 2 strike count to Jed Fag now. On deck stands Caleb Wood. So wind the delivery from Dotson. Fastball misses outside again. It'll be a full count coming again. Dotson throwing a lot of pitches this inning, but so far has not allowed a base runner. Gone full on both the two hitters he's faced. Ground ball up the middle. That will find the hole into center field, and Jed Fagg is aboard with a base hit. For Jed, his first base hit of the season. Does have an RBI coming into it, though. So now Caleb Wood will bat with the runner on board and one man out here in the fifth. Top of the order coming up next, should the inning continue here. Fastball upstairs for a ball. And behind the count now is Dotson.
Miners with their 7th hit of the game, been getting runners on. Got to start getting them home some way, though. 7 hits, at least 8 reach.
Here's the pitch. 1-0 curveball catches the letters there on the outside edge for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caleb Wood from Surprise, Texas. Surprise, Arizona, excuse me. So foul back now and away. Out of play here. The Gonzaga product stands at the plate. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Here's a pitch. This ball hits him on the back here, and on the first base goes Caleb Wood. So now it'll be 2 runners on with 1 man out. The leadoff guy retired. Now a base hit and a hit batsman. And Alex Caruso, who's already singled twice today, steps to the plate.
Yeah, great job by Caleb Wood there. Tried to get out of the way of it, so did at least make the effort to, but the fastball just came in on him way too quickly, and it hit him. But he'll take the base there. Another base runner for the Miners, now 2 on, 1 out.
And again, Caruso with 2 hits on the night. A base hit could potentially plate the tying run. The bottom of the 5th inning here at Herman Brothers Field. 1-0 to score. The Oilers are on top. They got that 1 run back in the 3rd inning. Curveball misses inside, and ahead in the count is Caruso at 1 ball, no strikes. Chris Hall takes his cuts on deck should the inning continue for him. Dotson looks back, the runner at second. He delivers home. Fastball at the knee is called strike. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Caruso. Caruso makes home in Liverpool, New York. He attends St. John's. First team All Big East selection this past year. Fastball inside for a ball, and Caruso ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. And Caruso transferring that into this season has had a tear to start the season. Been hitting very, very well and playing great center field work out there. Now the 2-1 pitch to Caruso. Here's the pitch. Fastball again misses inside, and it'll be a 3-1 to Caruso. So now Dotson in danger of loading the bases here.
And Dotson not super high up in the pitch count, but seemingly starting to throw a few more balls in this inning. Was a 6-pitch at bat to Wolf, 6-pitch at bat to Fagg. Now he's also Caleb Wood. Was a 5-pitch at bat. This is pitch number 5 of this at bat.
So lined into right field and hanging. It's going to fall for a base hit, excuse me. It looked like it was hit right at him, but the ball does fall right in front of the right fielder, Folks. So now the bases are loaded on the 3rd hit of the evening for Alex Caruso. What a night he's having so far.
For the Miners, who are hitting the cover off of the ball in this game, 8 hits, all of them singles. It's just a matter of time, Kyle, until they come through here, isn't it? And they're going to come out and talk to Connor Dotson.
As Brian Daly, the pitching coach, is a former professional pitcher and coach. He's going to come out to have a mound visit with Dotson. Dotson has the bases loaded with only one man out. Could be a huge inning for the Miners. Chris Hall standing at the plate. And again, earlier this year, Chris Hall doubled off the wall. And with the bases loaded one time up this year and would clear the bases. Coming into the night, had those 3 RBIs, hitting .313 to start the night. Tonight grounded a double play and also singled.
And 6 of the 9 Miners in the starting lineup tonight have reached base one way or another. Chris Hall with a single back in the 3rd.
Looking to do damage here with the bases loaded. Here's the wind and the pitch. Change up at the knees for a called strike, and Chris Hall behind the count, no balls and 1 strike.
It's a good first pitch strike from Dotson there. Change up that fell away from Chris Hall and hit the knees, outside corner.
Here's the pitch. Lunge jab, but laying off is Chris Hall. It's a fastball down low for a ball. It'll be an even count at 1 ball, 1 strike. As the inning continues, Vance Vizcaino will bat next. Dotson comes set. The tall righty from West Virginia. He winds and fires. In the air to center field. Will it hang up long enough for a sacrifice fly? It's hit into left center field. They'll tag the runner home. The catch is made. The throw is not in time. The score, as they score a run here as Jed Fagg crosses home plate. The score is now 1-1, and the sacrifice fly off the bat of the Tennessee product in Chris Hall.
Got a good piece of hitting there for Chris Hall. Knocks in an RBI in a big situation. Both the runners did have to stay at first and second, but at least with the bases loaded situation, they're finally able to cash in here, get 1, and at least tie this ball game for now, Kyle.
And still a runner standing on second base, Kevin, was Vance Vizcaino bats, and he's been hitting the ball very, very solidly. Just has not been able to get on base of recent. So the ball's been hit right at somebody. It's the first pitch on a fastball taken inside. He grounded the pitcher his first time up and grounded the shortstop his last time up.
But came in tonight at a 310 clip, so definitely a hitter who has been performing well.
Already has 6 runs batted in. Would like to make it 7 or 8 right here. It'll be a 1-0 count. Ground ball right back at him. They'll actually call obstruction, I believe. The batter hits the catcher's glove here, does Vizcaino, and that's how the inning will end. So unfortunate for him. Would have been an easy play for him to make regardless as the ball hit right back at him, but that's how the inning ends. Miners do tie it up, though, in a sacrifice fly from Chris Hall. We'll head on to the top of the 6th inning where Kevin Peel will resume the play-by-play activity. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Want to learn more about your Matsu Miners? Visit their website at www.matsuminers.org. It provides you with schedules, stats, rosters, upcoming events, and more. MatsuMiners.org, the official website of the Matsu Miners. So Calvin LeBrun back to the hill here in the 6th inning. He'll face the top of the order, Jordan Washam, who has been held off the bases tonight. That is a strike. The slider from LeBrun, 0-1. Washam came in on a tear at 370. 3 RBIs. Been slowed down a bit tonight, though. And that's a ball inside. 1-1 the count.
Washam 0 for 2 in the night, but he does have a good average. He tried to bunt himself aboard the first time up.
Lined foul and out of play. If a foul ball or home run does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. LeBron is ready with the 1-2 pitch, and this one's lined into center. Coming over to make the diving catch is Alex Caruso in the left center field gap. What a play, as that ball was slicing away from him. Hit fairly hard, but it was a line drive that hung up just in the air long enough for Caruso to make a diving attempt, and he caught it nicely. Give him a Web Gem nominee there. 1 out in the inning.
Got to submit that to SportsCenter later tonight. What a play out there in center field by Caruso, and what a night he's having. He has 3 hits already.
And the second nice play we've seen in the outfield from the Miners tonight. Caruso, that diving play. Vizcaino, the hustle play. 2 and foul ground. Caught one around his knees. Bokey will take a strike on the outside corner from LeBron, 0-1. We know the starter, Calvin LeBron, appreciates that defense. 0-1. Lined hard and foul down towards the Oilers bullpen. 0-2. Wind has been calm tonight. Gusts were reported on Tuesday night, a couple nights ago here, when the wind was blowing straight out about 35 miles an hour or so. It was a very windy night as a storm came in from the mountains. No rain came from it, just a ton of wind. Past 2 nights have been pretty peaceful. This one up high, 1-2. Last night's wind blew straight in, though, which was not helping the hitters. This one just ever so gently benefiting the hitters tonight. 1-2, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And this one is popped foul, out of play, over by the Miners' dugout. As Zellner gave chase. Have an official attendance number coming up for you soon. It's another good turnout here at Herman Brothers Field. Watching another nice pitching duel.
71 pitches thrown by LeBron. He threw a lot to start the game, but it's starting to settle down.
Had 34 after 2 innings, but has really calmed down and lowered that pitch count as he's gone on. That ball inside to Bokey, 2-2. But with LeBron approaching that somewhat 80-pitch mark, may start thinking about the bullpen fairly soon. No one warming up yet, though. Just some long tossing in the Oilers. Bullpen swing and a miss. Bokey cut on and missed that one as it was a pitch falling away. I believe it was the changeup that time. That's why he missed it, as it ducked low below the knees. Bokey chased it and struck out. 2 outs now in the inning.
Nice pitch to bounce back there by LeBron, and he's working quickly in this inning. Trying to keep his pitch count down to work another inning, maybe.
Now 5 strikeouts for LeBron. This one fouled out of play. 0-1. LeBron is now retired the last 7 Oilers he's faced. He's facing the number 3 hitter here in Rune. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Changeup again, very effective. He's a pitch away from getting out of this inning. 0-2.
The only other ABL action tonight, the Chugiak Chinooks, they won at 6-3 again over the Alaska Gold Painters. The Gold Painters are struggling out of the gate.
This one popped up on the infield. Zellner is going to take it, and that's going to do it for the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Oilers here in the top half of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Miners coming to bat, looking to see if they can grab their first lead of the contest, all tied at 1 on the Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field here on IBW Local 1547 day here at the ballpark as the Miners and Oilers all tied up at 1. Just letting you know your scoreboard for tonight's game, the ABL and MLB scoreboard, is brought to you by Palmer Bar. Now with outdoor seating, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and good friends outdoors in the Alaska sunshine. Located in downtown Palmer, the Palmer Bar is a great place to grab a bite to eat and take in the sights. Call 907-745-3041 today. And as Kyle said, in the top of the 6th inning, the Chinooks winning that game 6-3 over their Panners, their 3rd win consecutively up there in Fairbanks, which is very unheard of in this league. The Gold Panners off to a very rough start now at 1-5. And the Chinooks recovering nicely as Diorio fouls that straight back 0-1. In some MLB action, the Tigers and Reds were postponed in Cincinnati. Giants in the top of the 8th up 3-0 over the Mariners in Seattle. Bottom 7th, Rangers and Dodgers scoreless. Phillies beat the Orioles 2-1 in Philadelphia. Twins beat the Cardinals by a final score of 2-1. That ball misses inside 1-1. The count on Diorio. Astros beat the Rockies 8-4 in Colorado. Padres over the A's 3-1. This one hit pretty well to center field, but backing up is Wilson to make the catch. As Diorio put a little bit into that one, that's a fly ball out, 1 gone in the inning.
First time he's been retired tonight. He had 2 singles to start the game.
Continuing the scoreboard as Zellner comes to the plate. Angels beat the Diamondbacks 7-1. Yankees over the Marlins at home 9-4. Rays beat the Nationals in Washington 5-3. Blue Jays over the Mets for the 2nd straight night 7-1 in Toronto. Indians over the Cubs 4-3. First pitch to Zellner on the inside corner. Fastball from Dotson, a strike. Red Sox over the Braves 5-2. Pirates over the White Sox 3-2 again. Look out, St. Louis. And this ball is chopped foul 0-2. The hottest team in professional baseball right now is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Won 8 in a row now. Giving up just 6 runs in their past 7 games as a pitching staff. Unbelievable. And the Royals also beat the Brewers. That is your MLB scoreboard brought to you by Palmer Bar. This one popped up and foul out of play over by the Oilers dugout. Well, if you want to compare pitching, I would have to say the starters of the Miners pretty comparable to that of the Pittsburgh Pirates right now. Absolutely locked down. Been another great start for LeBron.
They've been very good to start the year. Night in and night out, they've been amazing.
0-2. This one lined right at first base, though. Jack Zellner, that was a hanging breaking ball from Dotson. He knew it, but he got lucky as Zellner just lined that one right at the first baseman. 2 gone in the inning. I'll bring up Niles Nygaard. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Oilers. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors for the Miners. They were able to cash in the 5th on the sacrifice fly by Chris Hall. Swung on and tipped straight into the catcher's glove and out. 0-1. Count on Nygaard. Home plate umpire Jim Leiser going to switch balls with Dotson. Although has given up 8 hits in this game. He's also hit a batter, walked one. Very efficient in getting out of jams. Dotson has been. 0-1 pitch. Curveball high. 1-1. Dotson going to be one of those pitchers to look out for, I believe, in the opposite division of the minors, in the American League division of the ABL. This one hit hard to right field towards the corner on his horse and not going to get it. Is the right fielder James Folk. So get to in the corner. Holding up at second is Nygaard. He gets a double. The ball gets away. As he got past Jordan Washam, who was trying to field the throw in, but it easily will go over to the third baseman. So no further advancement for Nygaard, but it's a double to the right field corner, and the Miners could be in business again as I'll bring up Tyler Wolf with 2 outs.
Niles Nygaard just continues to hit. It's a second double of the season. He's only been here for 3 games. You keep hitting like that, it's going to be hard to get taken out of the lineup there at third base.
Jordan Crone, the pitcher, warming up in the bullpen for the Oilers. No meeting yet at the mound. They're going to try and let Dotson work through this 6th inning, at least. Pitch high to Wolf, 1-0. Wolf 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a ground out. Got RBI number 3 of the season with his double yesterday, which tied the game in the bottom of the 9th. 1-0. Hit in between first and second. Should be an easy play as Oliver will flip on to Dotson, and that will retire the side. Miners do get a 2-out double, but he's stranded as we head to the 7th here at Herman Brothers Field, all tied up at 1 on the Miners Radio Network. Looking for ways to get closer to the Valley's team? Now you can. Like the Matsu Miners page on Facebook. You can also follow them on Twitter at ABL Miners. Get more connected with your Miners today. As Folks, Oliver, and Diaz, the middle of the order, coming up for the Peninsula Oilers here in the 7th inning of a 1-1 tie at Herman Brothers Field. Another low-scoring affair. That fastball dips outside for a ball as Calvin LeBrun back to the hill.
He's been a strike machine today, 52 strikes and 23 balls.
This one hit well towards left center field on his horse is Caruso, and he'll get over there to make the catch as he had a dead sprint for that ball as it was hit hard and was falling fast, but Caruso got to it, and it turns out to be just a routine flyout and one gone here in the 7th.
I think LeBron's met a new best friend out there in center field today in Caruso. A nice diving catch earlier, now that catch in the left center field gap. Also 3 hits at the plate tonight. Caruso is doing it all tonight and certainly going to help the cause of the pitcher LeBron.
The past few games, the Miners have had some tough luck errors, but tonight they have been completely on their game. So that is a strike with the slider from LeBron, 0-1.
9 hits, and we're just in the 7th inning.
9 for the Miners, just 2 for the Peninsula Oilers. This one's grounded to short. Should be another easy play. Slight fumble, but he'll throw to first and get him by a step. 2 gone as Wolf was playing way deep, but the ground ball hit right to him. 2 gone.
Another quick inning turned by LeBron. He had 7 shutout innings his last time up. It's allowed 1 so far, but about to match. If he can get this batter out here, it'll match his 7-inning total of last time.
And the coaching staff full trust in LeBron that he's going to get out of this inning. No one warming in the Miners bullpen. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Changeup 0-1. Diaz flipped his bat after that one. But the home plate umpire, Jim Leiser, has been consistent with that call tonight on the outside corner. 1-1. LeBron ready. And here comes the 1-1. This one is swung on and tapped foul at the plate. So 1-2.
LeBron now a pitch away from getting out of the inning on another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Diaz 2 flyouts on the game. He's 0 for 2.
At the moment, LeBron's retired 8 in a row, trying to make it 9 here.
Diaz did have 3 hits in that loss the other day, though, against the Anchorage Bucks. That was yesterday, actually. This one's grounded to second. The easy play for Wood flips on to first, and that is that. Stretch time at the ballpark as LeBron gets him 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. We will head to the bottom of the 7th. Miners and Oilers all tied up at 1 on the Miners Radio Network. As the Harry Carey stretch time is over, we will get ready for the bottom of the 7th. Just letting you know, the 7th inning stretch is brought to you by the proud ladies at the Cindy Heel Allstate Insurance Agency, located at mile 3 of the Palmer-Wasilla Highway at Midtown Estates, where you are in good hands, ours. Give us a call or stop in anytime. Cindy, Kelsey, Julie, and Sky are ready to be your trusted advisors. Go Miners. Connor Dotson's day is done on the hill. He will get a no decision as they will enter the bullpen. It will be Jordan Crone coming on for the Peninsula Oilers. He's from Manteca, California, attends Cal Riverside. He's a redshirt sophomore there. He was on the honor roll through high school, principal's honor roll from 2012 to 2013. His 2015 numbers, he pitched 31 innings, held a record of 0-1 with a 5.81 ERA. He struck out 19 and walked just 5.
Give you a final rundown of Connor Dotson. He worked 6 innings, allowed 9 hits, just one of those a double, though. He did not strike out a batter or walk a batter in the process. But he did throw 79 pitches, 50 of those for strikes. But he's not in line for the win, though.
Strike to Jed Fagg, 0-1. Yeah, that is pretty astounding. In the 9 hits, he only gave up 1 extra base hit. So Dotson did have a good performance out there tonight.
Used his defense as well. Didn't strike out any batters tonight.
Inherited a lot of base runners, but did a good job of getting out of situations, limiting the Miners to just 1 run.
Also a testament to how good the Miners have been offensively tonight. They're not striking out once tonight.
1-1. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike to Fagg. 1-2. He singled back in the 5th and came in to score on the sacrifice fly from Chris Hall. First hit of the season, that was for Jed Fag. 1-2. Low in the dirt. 2-2. Crone's 5'9", 190 pounds. An interesting delivery. It essentially turns his back to the plate and then follows through. This one chopped towards short. Should be an easy play for Washam. Throws on to first, and that is the first out of the inning. As Fag is retired, I'll bring up Caleb Wood.
Boy, Washam making some nice plays at shortstop today. Makes every play, despite how softly that ball is hit, makes almost every play look so simple at shortstop tonight.
Grounded out and was hit by a pitch back in the 5th, so Wood 0 for 1. Facing the reliever, Jordan Crone. Fastball down Broadway for a strike, 0-1. Jordan Crone, as you might expect, liking California teams. His favorite team is the Oakland Athletics. That one missed away, 1-1. Likes the 49ers and the Golden State Warriors as well. Has to be especially happy with that championship the other day. The Warriors defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers in 6 games to win the NBA Finals. This one's grounded up the middle. Tough play for Washam, and he's not going to be able to make it. We'll see if he gets an error there. It was a tough play regardless. It was a slow tapper from Caleb Wood. And at least on the scoreboard, they're going to rule it an error, and they will rule it an error, as it was borderline. Going to rule it a single, as it was a tough play for Washam. Wood was hustling down the line, and would have been really hard for Washam to get him anyway.
The ball hit so softly, you got to give him the single there. It's hit so softly there that would have been a tough play regardless. The ball does get past him, but a tough play for him.
He reaches base for the second time. Chris Hall takes a ball, 1-0. Had the sacrifice fly to drive in the RBI in his last at bat. Chris Hall now with 4 RBIs on the season. Runner taking off. Hall swung on and missed.
Got it off his foot as well. He's down in pain right now. We'll hope he's okay.
Must have just gotten a piece of that one. He's going to walk it off a bit. Wood was running on that play, so have to retreat back to first base. So it was ruled a foul ball. That infield single, now the 10th hit of the game for the Matsu Miners. Here was just 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Their 9th single. This is Alex Caruso at bat, excuse me. Chris Hall's on deck. Already a 3-hit game for Caruso. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. They're going to toss over to check Caleb Wood, and he's back in easily. Been a tough out all year for pitchers across the ABL, but he's been impossible to retire for the Oilers. It's 3 for 3 against Dotson. This one line foul and out of play. 1-2. All of them have been solidly hit line drives.
Looking for his 4th hit of the ball game after a couple of great plays out in center field as well.
Caruso, a tough one to double off, too. Washam and Galuski played at double play depth. Big hole between first and second. This one's tapped to the mound. Could be 2, though. Flip on to second for 1. The relay to first, and they get him. As a nice throw from the pitcher, Crone. Got it over to second quickly, and Washam was able to send it on to first in time by a step to retire Caruso. Miners get a hit, but strand them. We head to the 8th. Still 1-1 on the Miners Radio Network. The Alaska Railroad and Operation Lifesaver would like to remind our friends and neighbors, when approaching a railroad crossing, always expect a train. Look, listen, live. Back out for the top of the 8th inning is Calvin LeBrun, who has been locked down, retiring 11 batters in a row. And that might be a lot of the reason, Kyle, why he is back out on the mound to pitch here in this 8th inning, even with a bit of an elevated pitch count.
He does have 84 pitches, but again, yes, he's retired 11 in a row, has struck out 5 and walked just 1, allowed just 2 hits today. Only one big threat, though, was when the run came around to score. But Calvin LeBrun's been in control this entire night.
So coming up will be the bottom 3 of the order. Wilfong, Galuski, and Wilson cut on and fouled towards the Miners' dugout. 0-1. LeBrun trying to outlast his performance of a few nights ago. Brick Paskowitz starting the long toss, though, in the bullpen just in case, as this one's lined to left, but right at Vizcaíno. And Wilfong's retired. 12 in a row set down by LeBrun. 1 out here in the 8th.
LeBrun continues to cruise, and he's been on his game tonight. Has not allowed a base runner since the 4th inning. That was a single by Folks there. Now again, 12 in a row set down.
I do like the move from the Miners here. Showing some faith in their offense. Brick Paskowitz being the closer, starting to warm him up. Hoping for a run in the 8th, at least, to give him the lead, as that misses outside to Galuski, 1-0. 1 for 2 is Galuski, double, and he came in to score on the wild pitch. This one grounded to third. Easy play for Nygaard, as he'll throw on to first. Another one retired. 2 gone here in the 8th.
Make that 13 in a row set down by him now.
Making it look easy now is LeBrun. Wilson 0 for 2. Does not reach base. Fielder's choice. And a grounder. Ground out.
So far, just been a 4-pitch inning for LeBrun. He's already gotten 2 outs.
And has not used very many pitches in this 8th inning either to do it, as that's a slider at the knees on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. We'll be expecting the attendance coming pretty shortly, as it has been another great turnout here at the ballpark on a mostly sunny night. High was around 80 today. The game time temperature was 77 degrees. Not very windy.
The last pitch, the 90th pitch thrown by LeBrun tonight. 62 strikes, 28 balls.
Very effective ratio there. 1-1 pitch is just inside. 2-1. Crowd urging Lizer to give him the strike there. But he falls behind. 2-1. And this one lined hard over Zellner's gloves. It took a bad hop on him. Throwing towards first is Chris Hall. Zellner will check him there. But he's in there safely. And so a single is the 3rd hit of the game for the Oilers. And that breaks the streak of 13 straight retired. DiOrio's going to go out to the mound and check with LeBrun, as Paskowitz still warming up in the bullpen. Now 7 2/3 innings for LeBrun. Really wants to get one more. A dangerous batter coming up in Jordan Washam. They've retired him 3 times today. No hits. Hasn't reached base.
But still dangerous nonetheless. The lefty-on-lefty matchup here in a big situation.
Washam out of Sterlington, Louisiana. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner with a fastball. 0-1. Attends Hines Community College there. It's 5'11", 190 pounds. 0-1. Just outside slider from LeBrun, 1-1. This could be LeBrun's last batter, too. Bokey's on deck, a right-handed hitter.
And Pasco's a right-handed pitcher, so you may be right onto something there.
Plus, if Washam's able to get on base, that would put a runner in scoring position, at least. But that runner on is the responsibility of LeBrun. It was a hit by Billy Wilson. 1-1. Wilson was looking like he was taking off. Washam didn't swing and take strike 2 at the knees of the fastball, 1-2.
Maybe trying to draw a wild throw to center field, though, it advanced the runner.
Starting to wonder if he missed a sign there. Washam was frustrated at himself after taking strike 2. But also, Wilson looked like he was taking off and then stopped halfway to second. LeBrun takes a look towards first. Here's the pitch. This one's lined into short left. It's going to drop for a base hit in front of Vance Vizcaino. Second hit of the inning, fourth hit of the game. Washam reaches for the first time today. He's now a single for 4. And with 2 outs, there's 2 men on. And they might be motioning here. Calvin LeBrun waiting. And that is going to be the plug as the Miners dugout was trying to signal to Brick Paskowitz. He's going to come in, it looks like, before the 9th. But it was a great outing for Calvin LeBrun. We'll have his final numbers for you when we come back. As the skipper, Ben Taylor, congratulating him on another great start, talking to his infielders a little bit.
No signal made to the bullpen yet. Maybe it is just a talk. Now the signal made.
Might have been checking with LeBrun to see how he was feeling. So Paskowitz is going to come in place of Calvin LeBrun to face Ted Bokey. We'll get information on Paskowitz for you when we come back. You're listening to Miners Baseball. And so, the player from the pregame profile today, I had a chance to talk with Brick Paskowitz before the game today. He's going to come on and pitch here in a tough situation. 2 on, 2 outs here at the top of the 8th inning. Still tied at 1 as Paskowitz coming in. 3 innings pitched on the year, 3 games total. He's just giving up 1 hit, 5 walks, 1 strikeout, 3 saves, and no runs. So he'll come in. Man out of Paradise Valley Community College. Just finished his sophomore season there. He's out of Peoria, Arizona, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's going to come on, the closer of this team. Maybe could get a 4-out save if he's able to come in. Excuse me. It's all tied up. He will be the pitcher of record. So LeBrun, at best today, is going to get a no decision, maybe a loss if a run comes in to score here and the Miners can't counter. So Kyle will give you the final line for a very nice start for Calvin LeBrun.
Calvin LeBrun again, yes, what an outstanding outing here tonight. Unfortunately, was not able to finish this inning. He worked 7 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run that was earned, struck out 5 and walked 1 through 96 pitches, 66 of them for strikes. So a great outing for LeBrun. Unfortunately, not going to be in line for the win tonight. Unfortunately, if the things don't go well, he could also be in line for the loss, which would be very unfortunate. So let's hope Brick Paskowitz can bail him out here.
2 outs, 2 on. Pitch inside. Almost hit him. That's a ball instead, 1-0. to Ted Bokey, who was 0 for 2, struck out swinging twice against LeBron and took a walk back in the first. It's Jordan Washam on first, Billy Wilson on second. Both with decent speed. Paskowitz takes a look. They're both taking off. This one's grounded back up the middle. There's going to be no play at second. He'll throw to first and get him by a half a step. It was a slow grounder. Wolf had to charge it quickly, field it, and get it on to first. He did just that. We head to the bottom of the 8th as Paskowitz gets them out of the jam, all tied up at 1 on the Miners Radio Network. For up-to-date scores, schedules, rosters, and much more, visit www.alaskabaseballleague.com, your home for everything ABL. Crone will come back to the hill for the Peninsula Oilers as we enter the bottom of the 8th inning. Rick Paskowitz coming on, getting a big out, and taking Calvin LeBron off the hook as he will get a no decision tonight. After a fantastic start, kept his team in it. And 2 of those 4 hits coming in that last inning. So before then, LeBron had only given up 2 hits on the night. A dangerous part of the order coming up for the Miners here in the bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, 4. Chris Hall, Vance Vizcaino, and Matt Diorio. A lot of room down that right field line. So they're playing him more towards right center field. This one is chopped at the plate, foul. 0-1, the count on Hall.
Hall with the only RBI in this game for this team. It's the only run they've scored. It's back in the 5th inning. A sacrifice fly to center field.
Grounded into a double play in the first, singled in the 3rd, and had that sacrifice fly in the 5th. Pitch from Crone. He's trying to put a bunt down, but will take a ball. 1-1. Nice job pulling back the bunt there. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Oilers. 1 run, 10 hits, no errors for the Miners as we play in the bottom of the 8th. Miners in their camouflage looking to win. This one line back up the middle, and it will drop a base hit in front of Billy Wilson. So the Miners get the start they need in the bottom of the 8th. A leadoff single, their 11th of the game. And now bring up Vance Vizcaino.
Tell you what, the Miners brought the bats out tonight. They may not have any, they may only have 1 run to show for it, but they've been swinging the bat very, very well tonight.
And Vizcaino, one of the few Miners that has not had a hit tonight. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a catcher's interference. Almost his time here. Can feel it. And Hall's taking off. Pitches low for a ball. And into second base goes Chris Hall with a big stolen base. So the leading run now, 180 feet away at second base. In scoring position with no one out here in the bottom of the 8th against Jordan Crone.
Now a successful 4 of 4 in stolen base attempts as Chris Hall this year.
Vizcaino gets the pitch. This one line to right. It will get down. A base hit for Vizcaino. Hall's getting waved around. The throw is coming in all the way to the plate, and Chris Hall is out. The throw to second as Vizcaino will get in there safely. Chris Hall might have lost his balance a bit coming around third base. The skipper going to take a look at it, and I believe he did. as Chris Hall kind of tapped the plate in frustration. All in all, a great throw from James Folks from right field was right on line to Will Fong. Beautiful throw. 12th hit of the game for the Miners. First for Vizcaino. The Hall thrown out trying to go home. So 1 out here in the inning. And there will be a meeting. Bullpen is going, and a new pitcher will come in as the manager. Pitching coach Brian Daly coming out to the mound, but it looks like he's the one who's going to take the ball from Crone. But he is responsible for that runner at second. Oilers will have a new pitcher coming on. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Miners threatening. You're listening to Miners Baseball. Sean Michel going to be the pitcher coming on for the Peninsula Oilers here in the bottom of the 8th with Vance Vizcaino. A lot of speed standing at second. And the number 4 batter, Matt Diorio, coming to the plate. So the line will close on Crone. He came in relief of Dotson after 6 innings of work. Worked the 7th. Started the 8th here. Got 1 out. But pitched an inning at a third. Faced 5 batters, gave up 3 hits, 11 strikes and 7 balls for a total of 18 pitches. That runner at second base is the responsibility of Crone, though. But Sean Michel out to pitch for him, 5'8", 165-pounder from West Texas A&M University. Just finished up his senior year there. Yorba Linda, California is his hometown. Michel, the righty. First pitch grounded to first. Easy play for Bennett Oliver as he will step on the bag. Diorio tried to take the first pitch down into that right field corner, grounded it right to Oliver. Now 2 outs, and it's going to take a hit from Jack Zellner to bring him home with 2 outs. Michel plans on majoring in social science. He graduated from Esperanza High School in 2009, where he pitched and played in the outfield. Michel takes a look into Zellner. And that one missed away, 1-0. Jack Zellner, single, grounded into a double play, and lined out in his last at-bat back in the 6th. Vizcaino on third. Here's the pitch, and that's a strike to Zellner, a fastball at the knees on the outside corner, 1-1. Michel pitched 20 2/3 innings in relief last year. He had a 4.79 ERA, allowed 32 hits, 14 runs, 11 of them earned, fanned 16, and walked just 3. 1-1. Curveball outside, 2-1. Looked actually more like a slider. More horizontal movement than vertical on that pitch. 2-1. Just missed again, and Jack Zellner now way ahead in the count, 3-1 with Niles Nygaard looming on deck.
Zellner just need a base hit to plate that run. Vizcaino standing 90 feet away. That would be the go-ahead run.
The pitch way outside. He lost him. Zellner will take his bag. Second time that he's reached today. And that will bring up Niles Nygaard, playing his 3rd straight game. Looking for his first RBI, getting the start at third base for the 3rd consecutive game. This is the infielder out of the University of Washington. Said he played shortstop in high school, though. A little bit of second at times, but this bit of third baseman. That's his main position. Loves third base. Pitch from Michel is a strike. Slider, 0-1.
Nygaard's hit the ball the hardest of anyone tonight. He hit one off the right field wall earlier for a double.
Miners fans on edge, waiting for that big hit. Try and knock in one. This one hit to left center field. Gliding over to his left to make the catch is Brian Roon, and Sean Michel gets out of a big jam here with runners on the corners and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the 9th. Score, Oilers 1, Miners 1. This is your home for Mat-Su Miners Baseball. Want to learn more about your Mat-Su Miners? Visit their website at www.matsuminers.org. It provides you with schedules, stats, rosters, upcoming events, and more. matsuminers.org, the official website of the Mat-Su Miners. 3-4-5, due up for the Oilers against Brick Paskowitz, who's back to the hill. This one's lined to left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit just off the end of the bat. Brian Roon takes the first pitch he sees and lines it into left field, slicing away from Viz Cayeno for a single. 5th hit of the game for the Oilers, and they could be threatening now here in the 9th. I'll bring up James Folks.
That'll bring Tyler Wolf and Caleb Wood to double play depth as well.
Paskowitz, curveball low. Ball 1. Miners fans may have to hold their breath a little bit tonight. Is this another very close game? In on the handle and fouled straight back. 1-1 the count on Folks. If a foul ball or home run does damage to your car, visit the Folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Folks. Curveball at the D's for a strike. Called strike 1-2.
Beautiful pitch from Paskowitz. Had a lot of movement inside and back over the plate for a strike.
Another solid turnout for tonight's game. 5:56 here at the ballpark. Paskowitz will check the rudder at first. 1-2. Pretty impressive to see all these fans here with how hot the conditions have been. Very almost uncommonly hot here. That one just missed low and in. 2-2. Paskowitz would love a double play if he could get one here. Folks with one single back in the 4th is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Going is the runner. He's going to easily get to second as that's ball 3. Curveball. As Roon took off on the correct pitch that time. He'll get a stolen base. Diorio wasn't going to have a throw as the ball got away from Paskowitz, so the go-ahead run 180 feet away. This time It's the Oilers trying to bring in that run.
Third stolen base of the year for Room.
The Oilers have been aggressive tonight in stealing bags. They get another one here. In a big spot in the ninth, took the risk. It paid off. 3-2 is in on the handle and fouled off. That would have been an impressive single, to say the least, if Folks could have gotten that one down the line. That one way in on the handles. Just missed the line, though, as it sailed foul. Still full count. Dancing around at second is Rune. This one in on the handle again. Almost the exact same position that ball ended up. Full count 3-2 again.
Pasco's trying to get him to pop out on that pitch. Attacking the handles a lot tonight, especially the last two hitters.
And Folks has been a guy that has not been in long at bats tonight. Struck out on 3 pitches in the first, took the first pitch and singled in the fourth, and only saw 2 pitches in his last at bat in the seventh. Throw over, they got him in a rundown. Rune is going to be tagged by Niles Nygaard. What a move by Brick Paskowitz as he threw back another pickoff for the righty, who in key situations this year has been able to do that. Knew the run, had a pretty good idea the runner was going to be taking off, and he got him there. There's your first out of the inning, and it takes the tying run off the base paths.
What a huge job by Paskowitz. Started running, just caught him, ran him down, tossed it over to Niles Nygaard, who then chased him down the rest of the way.
Full count. That's in on the handle of the bat, and it's going to be grounded to first, and that will retire Folks as Paskowitz came way up and in again. A slight check swing, and it was a grounder perfectly down the first base line. Zellner easily fielded it and stepped on the bag. So just like that, 2 outs.
I guess when you attack the handles enough, they finally get some luck on your side there. That's what Brick Paskowitz got there, and a couple of odd plays back-to-back that have created 2 outs after a big scenario, a struggle there for a second for Paskowitz.
Oliver check swing fouled straight back 0-1.
We've seen Paskowitz work through a number of jams this year. No matter what the situation, he seems to be able to work out of it each time.
Oilers first baseman on the day 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. That strikeout back in the fourth. Paskowitz ready with the 0-1. That one goes way inside. 1-1. Brick Paskowitz now with an inning, a full inning of work, looking to get an inning and a third and get out of this one as that's fouled out of play off the end of the bat. And he's 1 pitch away from doing just that right here, 1-2. Paskowitz registering 4 saves at Paradise Valley Community College this past year. Already 3 here in the Valley with the Matsu Miners. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Paskowitz slams the door in the 9th after giving up the hit to lead off the inning. Gets out of it as he picks off Rune, going between second and third, and able to retire the last 2 batters as well. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Can the Miners deliver with a hit to send the Oilers home? You're listening to Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Bottom three, part of the order for the Miners coming up here in the bottom of the ninth. Tied up at 1. As Tyler Wolf will come up. Jed Fagg is due up second in the inning, but Schleppenbach, at least for the moment, is on the on-deck circle, ready to pinch hit. First pitch is a ball, or is a strike at the knees, actually. Right at the knees, 0-1. Sean Michel back out to the hill. 0-1. Wolf offered up a bunt for a second, takes a ball inside around the letters, 1-1. He had a big hit last night, and he starts off this bottom of the ninth with a single right back up the middle. Tyler Wolf reaches base, nobody out, and the winning run is possibly on base, and that'll bring up Jake Schleppenbach as he will pinch hit for Jed Fagg. The skipper, Ben Taylor, playing the numbers game here with the righty versus the lefty matchup. Playing in a little bit at third is Ted Boakey, as Schleppenbach could be coming in to bunt here.
A little bit of a different scenario now with the base runner on. You might see him bunt.
Now 13 hits for the Matsu Miners, and he will bunt, and it's a pretty good one as he does the job. Michel was going to have no chance to throw to second as Wolf was off and going right away. Great bump by Jake Schleppenbach. And now, winning run in scoring position with 1 out, and here's Caleb Wood. Caleb Wood has reached twice today. He's hit by a pitch in the 5th and had an infield single in the 7th, grounded out back in the 3rd. Miners looking for their first walk-off win of the season. Michel's first pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 with a fastball.
Like to be the hero tonight with a base hit to walk it off.
Michel ready, takes a look towards second. Now the pitch is low. Ball 1. Caleb Wolf has 1 RBI on the season. Would love to get number 2 here. The shortstop, Washam, checking the runner. Wolf at second base. That one missed inside, and Wood now ahead in the count, 2-1.
Some activity brewing in the bullpen for the Oilers. So the struggles continue.
And some long tossing for the Miners. No one warming up, though, on their side of things. 2-1. Inside again to Wood, 3-1. With the very dangerous Alex Caruso on deck, who's 3 for 4 today with 3 singles.
Not a guy you want to face.
But may have to, with only 1 out. Curveball for a strike. Nice one at the knees. Caleb Wood was frozen by that one. And normally a fastball count through the curveball. 3-2. Michel, no look towards second this time. The pitch is fouled away over towards the fairgrounds. 3-2.
Nice at bat here by Caleb Wood. 6 pitch at bats so far. Worked the count full.
Wolf on second. Full count pitch again. And he takes ball forward as Caleb Wood. Runners now on first and second for Alex Caruso. Although it is a righty warming up in the bullpen for the Oilers, they're going to call for time. That's going to be the pitching coach, Brian Daly, coming out. Looks like he's going to take the ball from Michel. Sean Michel, still the pitcher of record here. with runners on first and second, but the Miners only need one. All tied up in one here in the bottom of the ninth. The winning run, 180 feet away. Stay tuned. We'll have the new pitcher for you and information in just a second on the Miners Radio Network. Looking for ways to get closer to the Valley's team? Now you can. Like the Matsu Miners page on Facebook. You can also follow them on Twitter at ABL Miners. Get more connected with your Miners today. The new pitcher will be Paul Lujan with one out here in the bottom of the ninth. Winning run on second base. Caleb Wood standing on first base after drawing a walk. Tyler Wolf was the 13th hit of the game for the Miners. He stands at second. And they will have to face a really tough out in Alex Caruso. 3 for 4 with 3 singles and grounded into a double play in his last at bat.
Paul Lujan, the next pitcher, he's appeared in 4 games, 4 innings, allowed 1 run and 4 hits. He struck out 6 as well as 0-1 on the year, his record. Miners trying to make that 0-2 now.
The 3 saves for Lujan. He is the closer for this team, coming in to try and get 2 big outs. That is a changeup for a strike. 0-1. Lujan is out of Thornton, Colorado. Attends West Texas A&M. Just finished up his senior year there. Lujan takes a long look in. Now look towards second. 0-1. Curveball low for a ball. 1-1.
Both the runners on base are the responsibility of Sean Michel.
Lujan in 2015 appeared in 25 games as the 556 strong. Trying to will Alex Caruso to a game-winning hit here. This one lined to left center field. This could do it. Wilson's on his horse. The ball gets away from the left fielder. Brian Roon on to third. They're going to send him. The throw home is going to be not in time, and Alex Caruso drives him home. The game-winning single for Caruso. The Miners end that 2-game losing streak, and they win it tonight by a score of 2-1. Alex Caruso has been hitting the ball well all night long. Lands one in the left center field gap. The diving attempt by Brian Roon, and he could not get it. As a walk-off hit from the Miners, just what the doctor ordered. They win it 2-1 here in the bottom of the ninth inning. A game in which they got 14 hits, had a lot of opportunities, but when it mattered the most, Kyle, they were able to get one to knock him home.
And who else but Alex Caruso, his 4th hit of the night, made a couple of great stops out in center field tonight. And why not hit one in the left center field gap to drive in the winning run tonight and give the Miners another victory to stop the losing streak. They lost 2 in a row. And how about that, getting back on track tonight? And very great night for him at the plate and a walk-off single.
And the Miners get the win that they needed to, that shock of confidence heading into tomorrow night's game. Again, double header, actually, not just game, singular, double header against the Pilots. Miners improved to 6-2, 4-2 in ABL play. The Oilers tonight going to fall to 4-4 and 4-4 in conference play. It was Alex Caruso. In the end, he had 3 singles in his first 3 at-bats, first, third, and fifth inning. Had a double play in the 7th, but in the 9th, he ultimately gets the game-winning single to left center field that scored Tyler Wolf and ended this contest here 2-1 in 9 innings. When we come back, you will be in the Napa Auto Parts post-game show. We're going to have the skipper, Ben Taylor, with you, and also going to try and grab Alex Caruso, the man of the night, as he has 4 hits and leads the Miners to victory 2-1 over the Peninsula Oilers. Stay tuned. You're listening to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network. Welcome into the Napa Auto Parts post-game show as the Miners win it 2-1 at home in the third and final game of a 3-game homestand, which saw them lose 2 tough ones at the hands of the Anchorage Glacier Pilots on Tuesday night and last night. But that was not the case tonight, as Alex Caruso delivers the big hit when they need him. They move to 6-2 overall in the season, 4-2 in ABL play, as they will now head into a big division matchup all weekend long at Mulcahy Field in Anchorage. They will play a doubleheader starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, 2 7-inning games against the Glacier Pilots. They play their Midnight Sun game in Anchorage at 10 p.m. on Saturday, Alaska time. And then they follow that up with a game on Sunday night against the Pilots, once again at 6 p.m. before returning home here for Matanuska Valley Federal Credit Union Day at the park. That's a 7 p.m. start here at Herman Brothers Field, but the next 4 games being on the road, the Peninsula Oilers in the general area before they head back home as they round out a pretty tough road trip, one in which they split with the Anchorage Bucks. The Bucks closing in on them in second place now, just a half game behind the Oilers, as the Bucks stand at 3-4 in the American League, while the Oilers fall to 4-4, just a half game up on them. The Miners getting up to 4-2, 6-2, but the Chinooks keeping pace as well tonight, as they got to 5-4 overall and 4-2 with their win over the Alaska Gold Panners. But the Chinooks, because of tiebreakers, of course, very early in the season, but because of tiebreakers right now at the moment, are behind the Miners as they stand at 4-2. So you are listening to the Napa Auto Parts postgame show. When we come back, we will have the skipper, Ben Taylor, and also Alex Caruso, as the Miners win it tonight by a score of 2-1. Stay tuned. You're listening to Miners Baseball.
Welcome back to the post-game show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. I'm joined with Alex Caruso, the man of the night. Alex, how you feeling?
Pretty good. That was a pretty fun game.
You go 4 for 5 tonight after not getting a hit last night. How does that feel to get back out?
Pretty good. Like we were just saying, that's funny how baseball works. I mean, I hit the ball hard last night, so I was feeling good, and I came out today, had a good BP with coach, worked on a few things, and they just fell today.
Walk-off base hit tonight. How does that feel for you?
I've actually never had a walk-off before.
So it's your first one tonight?
I had a chance last night too, so I made up for it tonight.
How does that feel for you?
It's awesome to get back on track with a win. Doubleheader tomorrow. Hopefully we can take 2 from the Pilots.
And again, a couple of dandy plays out in center field for you as well. Talk about that and tracking the ball down. Was there ever a doubt in your mind you could get to that ball in left center field that you dove for?
With 2 strikes, I usually shade to the opposite gap, and I played that perfectly. I mean, that's what I work on at school, is just first step and getting a good jump. And as soon as it hit, I knew I had a good jump to get a beat on it, and I was going to lay out because I knew Vance had the back up there. And
again, you get the win tonight. Back out against the Pilots tonight. You dropped 2 to them last night. Do you think you learned a little bit about them the last 2 nights? Do you think it'll teach you a little bit about what to expect tomorrow night?
Yeah, we saw some of the shifts that they had on some of the hitters, and I think we know what to do. Our game plan is going to be a little bit different. We'll stick with our same approach, change it up a little bit differently, and I think we should be fine.
Perfect. Thanks so much for joining us. The hero of the night, Alex Caruso.
Thank you.
They won it 2-1, and the bottom of the 9th inning, a walk-off base hit by Caruso, his 4th hit of the night. What a night he had tonight, both offensively and defensively. And we're going to take a break now again on the Napa Auto Parts postgame show. When we come back, we'll have skipper Ben Taylor with Kevin Peel. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome back into the post-game show. I'm Kevin Peel, joined with the skipper, Ben Taylor. The Miners get a tough one tonight, a big win, 2-1, and got to be feeling pretty good about this one.
Yeah, it feels really good to get back in the left-hand column, to halt a potential losing streak. And I'll tell you, 4-2 in this league looks a lot better than 3-3. So I'm really happy with these guys. And
you guys beat the leader in the Peninsula Oilers in the other division, who started out really well beating the Panners and then split against the Bucks, but they came in playing okay baseball, and you guys beat a good team today.
Yeah, I had no idea. You guys pay attention to that stuff. I'm trying to figure these guys out.
Of course, and the hitting was on tonight. 14 hits for the Miners. Maybe not as many extra base hits as you liked, but that's not the point. You guys got enough hits there to win this game.
Yeah, we're doing the hard part. We're getting guys on base. And it's one of those things. These guys will free up a little bit, and we keep flooding the bases like this. The dam's going to break, and they're doing just fine. Their mindset's good. Their energy is awesome. They're working hard. So I'm really proud of them. This is a big win for us.
And once again, the pitching was on point. Calvin LeBrun, another amazing performance for him.
These guys know that if we can score 2 runs, we may win a ball game. The pitching stuff has just been fantastic. I can't say enough of what they're doing and what Matt Greeley, my pitching coach, is doing with these guys. They're just really kicking butt right now.
And Brick Paskowitz still, not even in a save situation tonight, but he came in, got some big outs.
That was big for Paskey. He's had some success, but he hasn't been the cleanest to this point. And that was good for him to kind of get back on the horse that way, and he was really good for us. So I'm proud of this whole team. I tell you what, after getting Hall thrown out, like the 8th inning, I was pretty aggressive with nobody out, and I think they would have booed me out of the building if I had a held up Wolf there. But one of the things these guys need to understand is they've got the freedom to play baseball, and they can't be afraid to make a mistake. And I think these guys are starting to a win like this can ease up the pressure a little bit. So they're going to be just fine. It's pretty fun to watch.
And one of the questions I asked Kyle in the pregame was, getting a night off from the Pilots was maybe the best thing for you because they handed you 2 frustrating.
No, I would have loved to have
victories.
played them again tonight.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah.
would love to play them again, and
Yeah.
Go to the
I mean,
first one that was hard.
I don't care who we play and when we play. I mean, you bring whoever you want in here and we'll play them. I don't care.
but it turns out that you'll go in riding high. Big victory for tonight going into tomorrow's doubleheader.
Yeah, I mean, they're big games, but they're all big games in the ABL. You know, it's college baseball. You know, Friday night is the big night of the conference series, and we have an expression here is every night's Friday night in the ABL, and we got another Friday night type game tonight. So, you know, everyone's going to be contested, and every game's going to be tough. So it's pretty awesome.
Any final thoughts before going into that doubleheader tomorrow?
Go Miners.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much. The skipper, Ben Taylor. We'll be right back here on the Postgame Show. Welcome back to the Napa Auto Parts postgame show, where the Matsu Miners get the win tonight by a final score of 2-1. Back joined with my partner Kyle Howard, and Kyle, a lot to talk about in this one. 14 hits, a lot of them singles, but in the end, doesn't matter. They got the hit that they needed to in the bottom of the ninth, and the skipper Ben Taylor seems really impressed with how they've been able to flood the bases, and it's only a matter of time before they break out and have huge innings.
And, you know, you say they had a number of singles tonight. That's true, and they won on a single. So it doesn't matter where you hit the ball as long as you're hitting the ball. And they did so 14 times tonight. 14 times. It's unheard of, Kevin. 14 base hits tonight, and they get it done that way. 4 from Alex Caruso, the walk-off single by him, an outstanding night tonight. And they do that after, it's really struggling offensively, to be honest, recently. And here they make it up tonight. They step up to the plate, and they make the most of the pitches. There are a couple guys in extra batting practice today trying to get better. It's the offensive slumps, and I think it's no mystery now. They've been struggling to score some runs, but tonight they dropped 14 base hits. If you're putting the ball in the play that much, you know they're going to start falling at some point. And you saw that in the ninth inning tonight. Caruso putting that ball in a good spot in left center field that was able to seal the deal for the Miners tonight with the win. And again, if you're just putting the ball in play, I think things are going to start falling in shape for you, and that's what the Miners have been doing recently.
Yeah, they really have been on point with that. The skipper saying that right now we're getting 2 runs a ball game and winning. Just wait for when this offense explodes, because it's going to be really scary for this league. They're coming in really scrapping for 2 runs a night, but they're 6-2.
And that's the really scary thing about it, is knowing that once this offense does start clicking even more, as we start to see life of it tonight, 14 hits. So that's, again, that's astounding that they have 14 hits tonight. But once they start hitting all cylinders offensively, it's going to be a very scary thing for opponents to know this team can hit so well. And I think it's something looking forward. It's going to be something to look forward to as a Miners fan, a team that can put the ball in play so well, and a lot of runs I expect in the future for this team.
And the reliable starting pitching becoming an every night thing, Kyle, with the almost 7 innings pitched, essentially no runs. In this case, only 1 run for LeBron given up, and they end up winning this one in that same fashion. The late hit, they've now 2 straight nights gotten clutch hits in the bottom of the ninth. The last night game, they tied it, but tonight they win it in the bottom of the ninth. Seems like this team is just kind of making steps towards exploding into having a really hot stretch here.
That they are, and the pitching continues to be great. I think that's one thing to hit on tonight. Calvin LeBron was unbelievably good tonight again. His second consecutive outing doing that 1 run allowed. That was just back in the 3rd inning that he allowed that 1 run. The only run the Oilers across the plate tonight. Calvin LeBron was lights out again. He had unfortunately leave the ball game in the top half of the 8th inning, make that. And with 2 outs, Brick Paskowitz able to nail it down for him. But Paskowitz ran into a jam himself in the 9th inning, but still able to get out of it. The bullpen's been lights out for this team this year, and it's very encouraging to see the pitching so great so early. And now you see the offense starting to take form with 14 hits tonight. I think it's a good sign for Miners fans.
And we're not going to see these Oilers until July 14th or so, right back here at Herman Brothers Field, as we only play them 5 times for the season. But it's back to division opponent, the Pilots, tomorrow in a doubleheader. Any final thoughts on that, Kyle?
It'll be a good showing for them. I expect the team to be out there in similar ball game, a close ball game, I think. But I think now that the bats are going again, I expect some more hits for the Miners tonight and some more runs, I think, coming from that. Eventually, as we said, the more you put the ball in play, the better things are going to come to you. And they've been putting the ball in play very well. They, even in the Pilot series, just hit right at somebody. Eventually, those hits are going to fall, and I expect the similar things to happen with a good pitching performance to come.
And so the Miners will head into a doubleheader tomorrow night with the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Our first game will be at 6 o'clock. We'll have a pregame 5:45 for you. Both are 7-inning games. We'll follow that up with the second game right after that. But until then, it's a happy night here in Palmer. The fans, especially the IBEW Local 1547 night, they go home happy as the Miners win it by a final score of 2-1 and improve to 6-2 on the season, 4-2 in conference play. Until tomorrow, have a good night and keep on rolling along here in the Valley as the Miners win it. Thanks for tuning in.